All right. So we're gonna have a looky at Ermac. This was showcased along with Mavado in the Kombat cast. Just did a stream tonight, which was pretty cool. And just sort of wanted to give my thoughts on it. I'm kind of tired, so you're gonna have to excuse my lack of normal bravado. But so yeah, obviously, like when he moves forward and back, he's got his float. He seems to have all his staple moves in the game, right? A lot of his moveset is involving a lot of the spirits that he has within him. It actually adds a really nice touch to the way that Ermac is. And I like that he does this thing kind of like with his head. He's kind of like, you know, does this with his head, you know, when he's just standing there. It's pretty awesome, actually. So he's got like his slam move that he just did then. He like kind of like pulls you over. He's also got one where he grabs you and holds you upside down by another spirit, which is pretty cool. Now, just to straight off the bat, he doesn't appear to have a an actual fireball as such. His traditional fireball doesn't seem to be there, although there is a combo string that he does where at the end of it, there's like a big pillar that explodes down. So I don't know if that's part of you know, the combo, or that's actually a special move and they just didn't say, you know, what it was, right? He also has another move where like he actually slams into the ground, so we'll get down to that as well, which is pretty cool. But he seems fun, right? But I'm just eager to get my hands on him, actually, right? It's a lot different. It's like Quan Chi. Like we saw some stuff with Quan Chi, right? They didn't show us everything, so I'm very much sort of excited to get my hands on him like later in the stream, when I stream it when he launches, because I think he's going to be really fun. He does look amazing as a character. He does look amazing. Like I said, they've really leaned into the theme of Ermac with all these moves. Some people were saying in the chat he doesn't feel like Ermac. He feels soulless. And you know, you guys know how I feel about the game anyway. So, but I am trying to see whether or not, you know, this game can be salvaged in any sort of capacity by just enjoying for the pieces that it actually has, right? So yeah, so all his moves are pretty cool that they've shown so far as like special moves go. Obviously he's got his combos, and you know what the only pros and the scene is going to be like. Then like they're just going to like be mental over it, right? I don't really care for, like, I don't mind combos, right? But like the pro scene really puts me off that, you know, because it seems like the only thing that they give a shit about, right? So it's interesting because like obviously he's got some moves here which aren't special moves, but they look like special moves, right? And they're probably just basic attacks like holding back one, forward one, that sort of thing. So it's going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see. He's also got this like pushback move here, which I think is just back in what, 4 or 3 or something like that, which is not a special move. It just knocks him back, right? It just gives you some breathing room, okay, which is pretty cool. So we'll just skip forward a little bit, just trying to see. So I think they're gonna do something, hopefully. There we go. Right. So yeah, they've obviously like they've added a lot more flair to his special moves than what he used to have. Right, before it was just like the glow, but now they've really incorporated all the souls and the hands, and you know, sometimes even monsters come out and shit like that. Right, so they've really leaned into that as well. There's one there. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to try that sort of stuff out. I don't care for doing like 500-600 damage combos. I'm thinking, look, the character looks cool. Okay, I'm sold on that. Are the special moves cool? Cool, I'm sold on that. It looks like it. The one thing that does worry me, like I said, he doesn't have his traditional fireball, but there is a column that appears when he does certain combo, right? And also he does have an actual, so if he's in the air, he can actually do like a ground fireball that runs along the ground and hits them, okay? So yeah, it's sort of, yeah. Anyway, we'll see that in a sec. Now, his teleport's really interesting as well. His teleport can be done at multiple levels. So you can do it from ground to air, from ground to ground, from air to ground, and then air to air. Right, so you've actually got a combination there, which means that you're going to be able to mix up your opponent and confuse them, and they won't know like which direction you're coming from as well, right? So that's pretty awesome. Like I actually do that. Like I do like that change that they've done with him for that, right? He's also got his float as well here. So if anyone remembers his float, like in MK9, that's where I go back to anyway. It looks like he can launch attacks from it as well, which is cool. So again, I'm just like, the Kombat Kast is just dull as batshit. Like I just, you know, I'm just more curious to just get in there myself and try this stuff out, you know, and see, because yeah, they just don't seem to go through a whole bunch. Like they don't seem to like tell you everything, right? Now that blast there that you just saw is the blast I'm talking about. I have a feeling it might be part of the combo, but I don't know. If it's its own special move, that'd be kind of cool, right? Because he's on the ground and he does this, right? To bring it down. So I don't know if it's like, you know, whatever. Special move or just part of the combo, right? So I don't know. Be interesting to see, okay? But yeah, so far I'm actually pretty happy with the way that Ermac's turning out with these moves and stuff. Again, I want to grab the character, maybe muck around a little bit of practice with everyone watching, and then try, you know, tower him very hard. Now he gets this old bitch to come out and wrap him in this like thing, right? This buff. And what this buff does is it means that when you're taking damage with that buff active on you, the damage actually comes off your energy bar. So if you've got energy bar there and you're being hit with that active, it doesn't take health off, which means that if you're down to like barely anything on your health bar, think of it kind of like a temporary get out of jail card, if you will, right? Which is pretty cool. I don't mind that sort of mechanic. I think it only goes for like 4 or 5 seconds, so it's not super long. And I'm assuming that if you don't have any energy, you won't be able to do it. Or if you have a little bit of energy, it runs out and that's it. So he's also got this move here, which acts in 2 parts. You can do it like instantly like that, which is a pushback, but he's also got a charge up version of it, which then puts him into essentially a crumple state, and then you can go on from there, right? So that's not too bad. So it looks like he's pretty stacked as a character, which is nice, right? And you want that. To me, I'm always special moves over combos type of guy. You know, that's what I grew up with. That's how fighting games were. Like you just couldn't wait to try out their special moves and throw the fireballs and you know spears and you know stuff like that. But that was very exciting, you know, for that, right? So I'm just trying to see, because I want to. Oh, he's also got this eruption move as well, which is a pop-up, but I'm assuming it'll probably act almost. I'm assuming like an anti-air as well. So when somebody jumps in, you know, you'll be able to do that and big explosion and like take them out in that regard as well, right? I'm assuming too. Hopefully, we'll come to this point. The ground eruption. There you go. That's it, right? So he jumps up, and then he does. It's essentially a fireball, but it requires you to be in the air first to do it. It's slightly annoying to me, but you know, it seems really fast. If you enhance it, it actually grapples them and holds them in place as well, which is kind of nice, right? So he definitely looks like a really fun character to play as. Like a really fun character, right? And that's good. Okay, it's again, like with Quan Chi, we've got a lot of great moves. They really leaned into the lore of the character with his special moves, which I thought was really nice. But again, my only confusion is, does he have is that blast thing part of a combo, or is it a fireball? you know, like another projectile, but it's not a projectile as such. It's more of a blast, like a AoE blast on them. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? I'm just trying to see. There was something. Oh, there was the Fatal Blows. I'm not interested in that. There was something else. It looks like he's also got. I'll see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I won't worry too much about it. You guys remember in MK9 where you could jump and then do like kind of like a push, like a blast in the air near them, and it would kind of like make them go a little bit green over their head and a little bit shoulder. But then if you enhanced it, I think it like smashed them back. Yeah, it looks like he's got that move, right? But like, yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm surprised I actually had that, right? Just trying to see. And it could just be part of a combo, right? Like, I don't know if you guys know this, or you might. Like, Scorpion has an air throw, right? Scorpion actually has an air throw, but you've got to do a punch first before you can then do the grab, right? So if you jump up and they jump up and you go punch and then do the throw, like the normal throw button, then you can actually grab them and throw them. But you can't do it unless you throw the punch first, right? So it's kind of like a special move that sort of requires a little bit more. Now, as far as like Mavado goes, right? A lot of people are saying, that Mavado is going to be very broken. He's going to be an absolute favorite cameo for a variety of reasons, because he's got a pushback, I think, or something like that. So, but okay, so let me think of the things I can remember, right? So he's obviously got this sort of this like electrical device that pulls you in and then stuns you. He's got a slide-in move which takes out your wake-ups, right? So if you go to wake up and you summon Mavado, where he comes in as like slide kicks, I think it is, it'll knock you out of the wake up, right? He's also got that move there, which I said the other day, which is based on Cabal's Nomad Touch from the 3D era, where you basically just pull two characters and smack them together and fall back. So he's obviously using that with the, you know, his little straps, right? It looks ridiculous, but whatever, right? So, and just seeing what else he's got. Yeah, so that's the slide there. So you can't actually like do wake ups from that. So yeah, so now you got to anticipate for your opponent, if they're using Mavado, that's what they're going to use, right? So this is like, I don't know. I just wish we had just like more universal defensive options. I play so many other fighting games that have better defensive options, and it doesn't hurt the game whatsoever, right? It's actually pretty good. Okay. So, but yeah, so he looks all right. I think there was it some sort of jug? Hang on, let me just check. What's he got there? What's he doing? He's coming out. There's that slide. He runs off. Just seeing what he's doing. Yeah, that's great. Can you do? Oh, he's chucking that down. Okay, that's very handy. Thanks for that. I mean, I don't care too much. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like some sort of like uppercut, whatever thing, right? So I don't know, man. I mean, like, I don't care for the cameos, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, right? Somebody said that Mavado's pay to win. There was that blast again. Check this out. Let's go back and watch that again. There's Mavado in. So I don't know. Somebody said Mavado could be pay to win. It could be part of a combo. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then of course we get, obviously at the end, we get a first look at proper good look of Reptile doing his new move that's been added. I don't think it's replacing the acid shower type move that he does. Apparently he can cancel out of his teleport. So when you jump in the air and do his teleport smash, you can actually cancel out of that now, which is fine. You'll watch it. There he goes. It's a full, you know, projectile, you know, like a spitball, if you will. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these two characters added to the roster play out. So, but anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Catch you next time.